Bhagavath Katha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Vikinamini. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Vikinamini. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Please tell loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I pay my obeisances unto the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. I express all my gratitude and also make many praises to Srila Prabhupada for his wonderful, for his golden opportunity given to us to go back to Godhead. All go to Srila Prabhupada for his wonderful devotional services to Srimati Radharanath Gopinath. Please tell loudly. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 See, this Bhagavatam is compiled by Sri Vedavasa Maharshi during Dwapara Yuga. It is all about the all incarnations of Sri Krishna Paramatma. So, in 12 cantos, in the 10th canto, the details of Krishna Paramatma during Dwapara Yuga is narrated. Whereas we need to do right from the beginning of first canto. From the first canto to the 9th canto, various incarnations of Krishna is detailed. These sages in Naimisharanya, they make 6 questions to Srila Sudha Goswami, their spiritual master. In reply to their questions, in the 2nd chapter, he started telling the replies. Now we are in the third chapter, 33 shlokas. In the earlier 30 shlokas, different incarnations of Krishna, because generally we know that Dashavatara is 10 incarnations, but it is not 10 incarnations, there are more than thousands and thousands of incarnations are there. We only know these 10 of them. But again in this Sri Madhbhavatam also, it's not that all the incarnations are mentioned, because nobody knows all the incarnations, because the creation is made some millions and years of ago. Even scientists agreed that billions and billions of this earth is billions and billions of, not only this earth, this Milky Way ocean, this solar system, whatever is there, the entire system is there from millions and millions of years old. So we do not know how many lakhs of incarnations Krishna Paramatma has taken. So only whatever is known is narrated here. Up to 32nd shlokas, all the 10 incarnations were Dasavataras were mentioned, along with Hayagiri Avatara, Hamsa Avatara, Naranayana Avatara, Vedavasa Maharshi himself is the incarnation of Krishna. Again, Arjuna is also incarnation of Krishna. During Dwapara Yuga, Krishna is incarnated in 5 forms. One is in full form as Krishna himself. As Krishna himself is incarnated. Again, Vedavasa Bhagavan is also Krishna incarnation. Arjuna is also Krishna incarnation. Rukmini Devi's son, that is Krishna's son, Pradyumna is also Krishna's incarnation. His grandson Ananda is also Krishna's incarnation. So like that, 5 incarnations were there in the Dwapara Yuga itself. So in this Kali Yuga, he has incarnated as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu about 600 to 700 years ago. Again, it's not an incarnate, he is incarnated as a devotee, not as a god. Because in Treta Yuga, he has taken human form and he has shown how to behave, how to respect parents, how to respect teachers, acharyas, how to love brothers, wife, how to love animals like Jamavanta, monkeys, how to love birds like Jatayu, like that. And not, he killed demons like Ravana and Kumbhakarna, but at the same time he saved Vibhishta, who is also a demon. Again, like Narasimha he has killed Hiranyakashipu the demon, but saved Prahlada, who is a demon only. So God does not kill everybody. He kills only evil persons. So, and why these incarnations are taking is for Sister Rakshana, Dushta Shikshana. Again, Shikshana means it's not punishment. Shikshana means, see, the Shikshana is different, Dandana is different. Shikshana means training. Dandana means punishment. So, God protects sadhu people, good saint people. Saint people means not that who wears saffron dress. Whoever are good, they are all saint people. They are all good people. That's the reason we have come to the temple, to see God. Otherwise we do not come over here. So He will protect all devotees like us. And at the same time He will definitely kill the evil people. So He will train them. He will not kill. See, these police fellows, they catch out of the criminals. They take the criminals and put them in prison. They are not going to beat them. They are going to train them in whatever area. If they want to learn something, they will teach something. If they want to do carpentry, they teach carpentry. Who are interested in agriculture, they teach agriculture. Like that, they train them. Only harsh punishment is done for murderers. For them, hanging and all those will be there. So, Shikshana and Dandana is different. God is going to give Shikshana only. Even Ravana was killed after fighting with him on the last day, right from sunrise to sunset. Ravana has 10 heads. He removed 10 heads 10 times, till morning till evening, thinking that at least if a new head comes, his brain would be improved and would come and surrender, give back Sita and surrender. But he did not do like that. Then only he killed him. Like that, God will try to because we are all His children, whether it is Ravana or we are all His children. So He tries to save all His children. Like that. So we have different incarnations. Now all these have been told in short in the earlier verses. Now I shall tell the 33rd verse 3 times. Please repeat with me. Etra me sad asad रूपे प्रतिसिद्धे स्व संविदा अविद्ययात्मनि कृते इति तत् ब्रह्मदर्शनम् यत्र मे सद् असद् रूपे प्रतिष्ठिते स्वसंविदा अविद्यात्मनि कृते इति तत् ब्रह्मदर्शनम् यत्र मे सद् असद् रूपे प्रतिसिद्धे स्वसंविदा अविद्ययात्मनि कृते इति तत् ब्रह्मदर्शनम् यत्र मे सद् असद् रूपे प्रतिसिद्धे स्वसंविदा अविद्ययात्मनि कृते इति तत् ब्रह्मदर्शनम्. The word-to-word meaning of this verse. Yatra, whenever. మీకు ఇంగ్లీష్ అర్థమవుతుందండి? ఓకే. In all these, Sat, Asat, gross and subtle, Rupe, in the forms, Pratisiddhe, on being nullified, Swasamvida, by self-realization, Avidyaya, by ignorance, Atmani, in the self, Krite, having been imposed, Iti, thus, that is, Brahma, Darshanam, the process of seeing the Absolute. Whenever a person experiences by self-realization that both the gross and subtle bodies have nothing to do with the pure self, at that time he sees himself as well as the Lord. See, everyone, we have to understand that Paramatma is there in every living being. I am telling every living being, not just human beings. All, whether it is ant or Chaturmukha Brahma, Even Chaturmukha Brahma is also a living being like us. Even in him also Paramatma is there. Even in Sun God, Surya Bhagavan, Ayana kuda antaryamiga unnadu. Manalo kuda antaryamiga unnadu. He is there as Paramatma. So along with Paramatma, our Atma is there. What is the size of Atma? You know, anybody of you know what is the size of Atma? We can't see with this naked eyes. If you take out your hair, tip of the hair, just kona, pai kona, dani you divide into 10,000 parts. Dani you divide into 10,000 parts, that one part is Atma. Then one part is Atma, because that is there in this our body. We are doing all these activities. We feel we are great. Everybody feels. Modi feels he is Prime Minister. Revanth Reddy is Chief Minister. We also feel accordingly our own this thing. And we feel that I have done, this is a great effort done by me. This belongs to me. This is mine. This son is mine. This property is mine. We all. Because the small bit of Atma is there in our body. Manalo Ankar, ego. We are proud of it. We feel that. But at the same time, behind the Atma, Paramatma is also there. Paramatma is the size of our thumb. Thumb means in any living being, the size of that thumb. It cannot be this size. In our this thing, again short fellows will be there, big fellows will be there, tall fellows will be there. Whatever thumb size is there, that size will be the Paramatma. You can't see both of them. On a tree, two birds are there. One bird, what will be doing? It will be searching for food. It will go on, try to take some food, again go to the other branch. But the other bird will be just sitting and witnessing the other things. Similarly, God is seated there and He is seeing what we are doing. Our Atma, it is అక్కడ అంతా కూడా వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. ఈ సృష్టిలో కూడా ఒక చోట ఉండదు. యు ఆల్సో అండర్స్టాండ్ తెలుగు. అందరికి వస్తుంది తెలుగు, హిందీ. So God is there, but He will be just witnessing like a bird. But other Atma will be going here and there. It's not that it's going out. It makes the mind to go here and there to see. We are get attracted. You are listening to this Bhagavatam over here. Once you hear somebody shouts, this is summer. Somebody shouts ice cream, your mind will go over there. See, if you want, you can go to America, because mind is so fast. If you think America will come into your mind. So mind is so fast. So it is attracted in this world with materialistic things. So Avdinga Kapunda, we need to realize our Atma. You should see your Atma, then you can see the Paramatma also there. When we are born, when we are in the womb of the mother, right from the 5 months pregnancy, గర్భవతిగా ఉన్నప్పటి నుంచి మనకు పరమాత్మని will be seeing the God, will be seeing the God and will be making lot of promises also. We will undertake all His regulations, directions to go back to our own hand. ఇప్పుడు మనం ఏదో ఇంట్లో నుంచి వస్తున్నామో, that is not our house. Maybe your own house, your parents belong, grandfather, that is ancestral property. But it is not. We are there till, because you are all girls. Till you get married, that is your house. Once you are get married, you go to in-laws house, that is not your house. It's my talligarillo cheptaru. It's my mother's place. You don't say it is my place. So like that, but it does not belong to any of us. That is all. It's a leased place. You can utilize it. Once you leave this body, we do not know our progeny, next generation will take, or somebody will come and loot it, or government will take, or something will happen. So our original abode is Goloka Vrindavana or any Vaikunthas. This is Anantakoti Brahmanda, means ఎన్నో కోట్ల భూమండాలు ఉన్నాయి, సృష్టి ఉంది. ఈ బ్రహ్మాండంలో ఎన్నో రకాల many planets are there, not one. Many planets are there. Whatever you are seeing with your naked eyes, you can see sun god, you can see moon planet, sometimes you can see Mercury shining, you can see Dhruva planet, so many stars you can see. But this is all in this Milky Way ocean. ఈ క్షీర సముద్రంలో ఉన్న ఈ గ్రహాలు, ఇది కాకుండా అనంతకోటి బ్రహ్మాండం. అనంతకోటి బ్రహ్మాండం అంటే యూ కెన్ సీ ది హెయిర్స్ ఆన్ అవర్ బాడీ. Can you count how many hairs are there? If you take a handful of sand, can you tell how many grains are there? That many universes are there. That many Milky Way oceans are there, and in every Milky Way ocean, there are all Vaikunthas are also there. So this Vaikunta, if you go to any Vaikunta, you are liberated. Mokshamu anedi Vaikuntam kettare moksha. If you go to Indraloka, Chandraloka, that is not moksha. That is only you are going to Swarga. You are going to go there, enjoy for some time. You have money in your pocket. You go to some good, very star hotel. You can stay for a few hours, a day or a two or whatever it is, depending upon the amount what you have in the balance. Once that is over, you will quit that place. You have to quit. So, similarly, like whatever punya we have done, good deed we have done, righteous thing, we go to Uttamalokas, whether it is Pitruloka, Sadhuloka, or Indra, whatever it is, we enjoy there. We enjoy there. Again, once that is over, we come back on this earth. Come back on this earth, we do not know what life we are going to take. There are 84 lakh different living beings are there, right from Ant to Chaturmukha Brahma. Depending upon the good karma and papa karma, we are going to take those lives. So already we have taken many lakhs and lakhs of lives earlier. We do not know what lives we have taken. Before birth we know. When we are in the womb of the mother, we know all the lives. As well as we are seeing the God. But once we are out of our mother's womb, we don't remember anything. Again, at the end of our life, He will give only few seconds to remember God. At that time, if you remember God, we get moksha. If you remember something else, you get into those lives. Like that. So the difference between the self-realization and material illusion are the temporary or illusory impositions of materiality in the shape of gross and subtle bodies or superficial coverings of the sun. Whatever, Hare Krishna, whatever you are attracted here, all these are material things, very much temporary. They can be with us for few hours, few days, few years. But once you are going to lose. It's a life cycle like January to December, again January will come back. Weekdays, Sunday to Saturday, again Sunday will come back. Similarly, this enjoyment, suffering, it's a cycle. If you are enjoying it, is not continuous with your life. It will be there for some time, again there will be some suffering. Like that, one after the other, it will be coming and going. So, these are all illusion. What you see is, this is iPhone, this is book, all these things are, it's not illusion, it's a real thing. But again, these are all temporary things. So, after some time, iPhone may not work. Maybe for a couple of years, 5 years, 10 years it works, after it may not work. So, these are all temporary things. So, we should not hanker for these temporary things. Knowing this convincingly is called liberation. So, getting, what is liberation? Again, I am not saying for liberation means moksha. For that one, you have to do lot of efforts to attain moksha. It's not easy. You have to remember God right from the childhood till the end of our life. Because in this Kali Yuga, our life is 100 years. We do not know whether we will live for 100 years or 30 years, 40 years, 50 years or 10 years only. So many people, they die as a child, in the childhood itself also. So for that reason, we should remember God. Then only we can remember in the later stage. We can't say, oh, I am still young. For me to remember God, I have to become an old. Then only I can think of it. Why should I think all those things? Let me enjoy all these things. No, that is wrong. You enjoy all these things. I don't say you should not enjoy. While enjoying, remember that you are enjoying for the purpose of God. You are enjoying for the purpose of God. Like that. So, this means that perfect service is made possible by adoption of godly or spiritual life while performing all your this thing. See, remember how to remember God. Whatever you are hearing here, your older grandparents or parents, they may not be, for some reason they are unable to come over here. You tell them, you enlighten them about the life and Atma, Paramatma, all those things. Whatever you listen here, you tell them. You also, friends, all friends, when you have time, you chant, you discuss about these things. Whatever glories you are hearing here. And similarly, what don't hurt anyone, don't harm anyone, whether it is in your family, whether with your other siblings or other family members. Don't harm anyone in your colony as well as in the city, and always you be a well-wisher for the entire world, not just your. When you ask Paramatma to keep everyone benefited. Samasta loka sukhino bhavantu, not loka samasta. Loka means only this one planet happens. You say samasta loka sukhino bhavantu, so all the planets will be prospering. If all prospering, even you will be there. You are there. You will also prosper. You need not specifically ask for yourself. That is a self-greedy. If you are selfish interest, if you desire that is the wrong thing. So like that, you take care of all living beings, whether it is some insect, birds, or human being, whoever it is. Everyone should prosper. Then we will also ultimately prosper. God will take care of us. The impetus for activities is generated from the self, but such activities become illusory due to ignorance of the real position of the self. This is not our real position. Our real position, we have to do the devotion to the God by serving somebody. By serving somebody, see, some maid comes and works for us at home. She is serving us at home by cleaning the vessels, cleaning the brooming, mopping, and all those things. All these things are materialistic. But serving God, that is important. We are all servants of God. Though she might be serving us, but she is not our servant. She is also servant. Like we serve the God, even she is also servant of God only. Everyone else, we are servants of God. We are never servants of anybody. You must be working in some corporate company, or you yourself might be an MD, and others may be your subordinates. But you cannot think them as your servants. Also, you are not servant of anybody. So, like that, we are. But while doing our karma, you just say, Krishna, I am doing the service in service to you. Whatever you are doing, if you are helping somebody, you are helping that person, because Atma is there, Paramatma is there in that living being also. You are helping that person as a service to Krishna. Because Krishna should protect everybody. So helping him on behalf of Krishna. You are not helping him. Krishna is helping him through you. So you take that as a service to God. You take that as a service to God. When however one meets the self of proper culture, the activities of self begin. Therefore, a man who engages in the activities of the self is called Jivan Mukta, or a liberated person, even in the conditional existence. We all, మనమంతా కూడా ఇదే జగత్తులో, ఇదే పృథ్వీ పైన అందరితో పాటు కూర్చుంటున్నాము, పడుకుంటున్నాము, తింటున్నాము. We are also enjoying everything. Like others, we are also enjoying. You also buy new clothes, wear new clothes, you acquire some new property, you are doing like anybody. But when you think that you are doing everything as service to God, you are qualified to be a liberated soul. You are qualified to be a liberated soul. Mokshanki arulam avtam. We become qualified to become liberated. Therefore, a man who is engaged in the activity of self is called Jivan Mukta. Manli Jivan Mukta. This perfect stage of self-realization is attained not by artificial means, but under the lotus feet of Lord, who is always transcendental. ఇది ఏదో నేను అక్కడ చెప్పేశారు, ఆత్మ వేరు దేహం వేరు అని చెప్పేశారు, నేను ఇప్పుడు ఐ డోంట్ డిజైర్ థింగ్, నాట్ ప్రిటెండింగ్, డ్రామా చేసుకుంటూ నేను ఇప్పటి నుంచి నేను లిబరేటెడ్ సోల్ని డ్రామా చేయడం కాదు. రియల్లీ వీ నీడ్ టు డూ దట్ వన్. వీ హ్యావ్ టు ఆచరణ చేసి చూపెట్టాలి. ఆచరణ చేస్తూ చూపెట్టడం కాదు, యూ నీడ్ టు ఫాలో. ఎవరికి చూపించే అవసరం లేదు. యూ నీడ్ నాట్ షో టు ఎనీబడి. యూ ఆర్ ఓన్లీ జస్ట్ ఫాలోయింగ్ ది devotion to God with all the karma, whatever you are doing, whether you are working, you are studying, or you are doing your own business, whatever, you can do everything, but you are doing as a service to God. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that He is present with everyone's heart, and from Him only all the knowledge, remembrance and forgetfulness take place. ఇంత ముందే వీళ్ళంతా రాకమని చెప్పాను. భగవంతుడు అందరిలో కూడా అంతర్యామిగా ఉన్నాడనేసి. ఈస్ దేర్ ఇన్ ఎవ్రీ లివింగ్ బీయింగ్, స్టేయింగ్ దేర్. దట్ ఆల్సో ఐ టోల్డ్ యు, లైక్ ఎ two birds on a tree, this Atma bird will be roaming here and there, whereas the other Atma, that is the Paramatma, he will be witnessing. And whatever work when you are going to do, just generally we say, I got a sixth sense. ఆరో ఇది జ్ఞానం వచ్చింది అని అనుకుంటుంటాం. దట్ సిక్స్త్ సెన్స్ అనేది వాట్ ఈస్ దట్? పరమాత్మ విల్ బి డైరెక్టింగ్. సీ దిస్ ఈజ్ గుడ్, యూ డూ, దిస్ ఈజ్ బ్యాడ్, యూ డోంట్ డూ, విల్ బి డైరెక్టింగ్. మనసులో కూడా వస్తుంది, అది చెయ్యాలా వద్దా అనుకుంటాం. దట్ టైం పరమాత్మ విల్ బి టెల్లింగ్ అస్, బట్ ది అటు ఇటు చూసి అగైన్ విల్ హోల్డ్ సంథింగ్ రాంగ్ థింగ్ ఓన్లీ. బికాస్ ఇన్ దిస్ కలియుగా we try to get temporary happiness. We will not go behind the permanent eternal happiness. ఆ విధంగా we should ఎప్పుడు ఆచరిస్తూనే ఉండాలి మనం. అండ్ మన భగవంతుడు చెప్తూ ఉంటాడు, స్టేయింగ్ ఇన్ అవర్ హార్ట్, హీ విల్ బి గైడింగ్ అస్, బట్ వీ డోంట్ లిసన్ టు హిమ్. అదే అర్జునుడు ఏం చేశాడు కురుక్షేత్ర యుద్ధంలో? he made Krishna as the charioteer and he sat there to fight, and whatever Krishna told, ఆయన గుర్రాలను చేయట్లేదు, చెప్తున్నాడు అర్జున ఆయన చంపు, ఈయనని చంపు, అది చేయి, ఇది అని కూర్చొని చెప్తున్నాడు. ఈజ్ అడ్వైజింగ్ అర్జున లైక్ దట్ we should give this body is a chariot. This chariot, our Atma is like Arjuna. We need to give it to Paramatma's hand. You take the control and you lead me. Whatever God does, we have to follow Him. Then only we can control everything. మన మైండ్ అనేది ఏమవుతుందంటే ఆకర్షించబడుతుంది. దిస్ కలియుగా ప్రకృతికి ఆకర్షించబడి విల్ బి గోయింగ్ ఆఫ్టర్ దోస్ థింగ్స్. There is all temporary things. Here is present in everyone's heart, and one only all knowledge, remembrance, forgetful. మనం మర్చిపోవడానికి కూడా ఆయనే కారణం భగవంతుడు. ఎందుకు అంటే మనం పూర్వజన్మలో ఎన్నో పాపకర్మలు కూడా చేసుకున్నాం, ఆ కర్మానంతా అనుభవించాలి. అందుకోసం he will remind us, if you are perfect, you will remember it. ఏదో కొంచెం కైలో ఉంటే మనం మర్చిపోయేటట్టుగా ఆయన చేస్తాడు. మర్చిపోయేట్టుగా ఆయన చేసి ఆయన మా అదే విధంగా చేస్తాం, మన కర్మ అనుభవించాలి. When the living being desires to be an enjoyer of the material energy, the Lord covers the living being in the mystery of forgetfulness. నేను ఇంత చెప్పింది అదే. మనం ఇక్కడ ఆకర్షించబడి భగవంతుడు చెప్పి అది సరే, అది ఎందుకు, అది తర్వాత చూసుకుందాంలే, ఇది ఐ విల్ లెట్ మీ ఎంజాయ్ దిస్ వన్ అనుకుంటే అమ్మ అది మర్చిపోయేట్టుగా చేస్తాడు. వాట్ ఎవర్ గాడ్ హస్ డైరెక్టెడ్ విల్ మేక్ us forget. He'll just put in this thing, so we'll be just attracted with those temporary things. And thus the living beings misinterpret the gross body and subtle mind to be his own self. ఏమనుకుంటాం, ఈ మనసు, ఆ మనసే నేను అనుకుంటాం. మనసు ఏం చెప్తే చేయాలంతే. We don't try to control that one at all. You have to control that mind. And by the culture of transcendental knowledge, when the living being prays to the Lord for deliverance from the clutches of forgetfulness, the Lord by His causeless mercy removes the living being's illusory curtain, and thus he realizes his own self. ఎప్పుడైతే మనం సీరియస్గా, when you are really seriously following, again I'm telling you, we need not renunciate. Renunciation అంటే సన్యాసం తీసుకోవాలని చెప్పడం లేదు. మనం ఆ కర్మ చేయాల్సిందే, కంపల్సరీ వీ హ్యావ్ టు డూ అవర్ కర్మ. కర్మాన్ని వదిలేసి ఎవరు కూర్చోలేదు. మరి ఇప్పుడు సన్యాసులు ఎవరైతే సన్యసించారు అనుకుంటున్నామో వాళ్ళు కర్మ చేయట్లేదు కాదు, వాళ్ళు కూడా వాళ్ళ కర్మ చేస్తున్నారు. దే ఆర్ డూయింగ్ ఎ బిగ్గర్ కర్మ ఫర్ ది ప్రాస్పరిటీ ఆఫ్ ది ఎంటైర్ వరల్డ్. ఫర్ ది ప్రాస్పరిటీ ఆఫ్ ఎంటైర్ వరల్డ్ దే ఆర్ డూయింగ్ ఎ బిగ్గర్ కర్మ. వాట్ దే ఆర్ రెన్యూన్షియేటెడ్ దేర్ ఓన్ ఫ్యామిలీ. దే లెఫ్ట్ దేర్ ఓన్ ఫ్యామిలీ. దే ఆర్ స్టేయింగ్ అట్ ఎ డిఫరెంట్ ప్లేస్ with in a bigger society for the benefit of them. They are also doing karma. It's not that they are not doing karma, but Among them, we are all pious. We are all known as grihasthas. మన ఇంట్లో ఉంటూ we are with the families. We are known as grihasthas. Grihasthas, we are more pious than all the other brahmacharis, vanaprasthas, sannyasis. వాళ్ళందరికంటే కూడా grihasthas are pious. Because brahmacharis, vanaprasthas, sannyasis, they depend upon us. Like for all the ఇప్పుడు ఆయన ఏదో జీవితం గడవడానికి is not no sannyasi is making earnings for his living purpose. For the purpose of the prosperity world, he is spending. From where he is spent, he is getting donations. Donations ఎవరిస్తున్నారు? All these grihasthas are giving. Grihasthas are sharing the donations. Whoever is having that capacity, whether it is 1 rupee or 1 crore, according to this thing, we are giving them. So grihasthas are pious. మన ఇంట్లో ఉంటూ we have to take care of our parents, older parents, our other spouse, our children, our responsibility తీసుకుంటూ you need to work for your colony, society, for the city and this country like that. So ఆ విధంగా now today our great Prime Minister is saying I am the servant of this country. He said, he never says that I am Prime Minister, I am the boss like that. He says I am servant, I am serving the people, he says. He never says that I am the boss. So, though he is having all powers like any other previous Prime Minister, he is definitely behaving in a different way. And is making our nation to develop a lot. We have developed a lot. I do not know whether you understand it or not. You must see a lot of development is there for the last 10 years. At least 70 years, we seen some development, but looting was more than development. So like that, we are all servants of God, so we should not hurt anybody. We should help every living being. Therefore, by his grace and he then, living beings illusory content, thus he raises his own self. He then engages himself in the service of the Lord in his eternal constitutional position, becoming liberated from the conditioned life. All this is executed by the Lord through his external potency or directly by the internal potency. మనకు వేరువేరుగా ఎనర్జీస్ ఉంటాయి. దిస్ ఈజ్ ఎలక్ట్రికల్ ఎనర్జీ. నీళ్లకు ఏ దానికి ఆ ఎనర్జీ ఉంటుంది. అదేవిధంగా భగవంతుడు కూడా ఒకటి ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ఎనర్జీ, ఇంటర్నల్ ఎనర్జీ. ఆయన ఒక శక్తి అనమాట. బాహ్యంగా ఉన్న శక్తి, అంతరంగంగా ఉన్న శక్తి. ఆ రెండింటిని ఉపయోగిస్తూ మనందరం కూడా రక్షించడము అవన్నీ కూడా చేస్తూ ఉంటాడు. Finish 33rd verse, we have time. We'll go to the next verse, 34th. Please repeat with me thrice. Thereafter I will explain that verse. Yadi esparata Devi Maya Vaisaradat Matihi Sampanna Eveti Viduhu Mahni Sve Mayate Yadi Esporata Devi Maya Vaisaradat Mati Sampanna Yeveti Viduhu Mahini Sve Mahiyate Yadi Yasoparate Devi Maya Vaisarati Mati Sampanna Yeveti Viduhu Mahini Sve Mahiyate Yadi Yasoparata Devi Maya Vaisarati Mati Sampanna Eveti Viduhu Mahini Sve Mahiyate. The word-to-word meaning of it, this is Yadi means if. However, Yesha, they, Uparata, subsided, Devi Maya, illusory energy, Vaisarada, full of knowledge, Matihi, enlightenment, Sampanna, enriched with, Eva, certainly, in, thus, iti, thus, Viduhu, being cognizant of, Mahini, in the glory, sphere of the self, mahiyate, being situated in. If the illusory energy subsides and living entity becomes fully engaged with the knowledge of the grace of Lord, then he becomes at once enlightened with the self-realization and thus becomes situated in his own glory. మనలో ఇప్పుడు అంతా కూడా మనకు మాయతో ఆకర్షించబడి ఆ మాయ కోసం మనం అన్నీ అది కావాలి ఇది కావాలని చేస్తున్నాం. ఎప్పుడైతే మనం భగవంతుడిని when we know the reality of the supreme God, when we are doing our karma, but when you are serious about the God, he will remove all these things and we become enlightened with because of the grace of God only. It's not that మనం కష్టపడుతుంది కనుక ఆయన ఒక అనుగ్రహం ఉంటేనే అవుతుంది అది కూడా. He will bless us by the grace of God, will gain that knowledge, then will become enlightened. Will become enlightened, will not go after those wrong things. And will all be always situated in the thinking about the glories of the God. Because the Lord is the absolute transcendence. All his forms, names, pastimes, attributes, associates and energies are identical with him. I told you earlier, he is having many incarnations. Not 10 incarnations, many incarnations. Whether he is in the form of Matsyavatara, Kurma, Tortoise or Rama or Parashurama, whatever it is, whatever form, whatever Rupa is having, all his incarnations is having, all energies are there. శక్తివంతుడు, ఆయనకంటే శక్తివంతుడైన వారు ఎవరూ లేరు. అర్లియర్ దారాసింగ్ కింగ్ కాంగ్ అనే వెస్టర్న్ ఉండే. నౌడేస్ దే హావ్ చేంజ్. దట్ మీన్స్ దే ఆర్ ఓన్లీ టెంపరరీ. వేర్ గాడ్ ఇస్ నాట్ దట్. ముందు కూడా ఆయనే, ఇప్పుడు కూడా ఆయనే. హీ ఈస్ హ్యావింగ్ ఆల్, హీ ఈస్ ఆల్ స్ట్రెంగ్త్, హీ ఈస్ ఆల్ రెప్యుటేటెడ్, హీ ఈస్ ఆల్ ఫేమ్, లేదా హీ ఈస్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్, హీ ఈస్ ఆల్ బ్యూటీ. ఈ ఫర్ సమ్ టైమ్ ఐశ్వర్య వాజ్ ది మిస్ యూనివర్స్. Like that, everybody, every year, 2 years they change. Miss Universe will change. Like that, but whereas here, he is always all beauty. ఆయన నుంచి అంతగా లేనే లేదు. His transcendent energy acts according to his omnipotency. The same energy acts as external, internal and marginal energy. ఆయన ఎటువంటి శక్తి అయినా కానీ, ఆయన ఆంతరిక శక్తి కానీ, బాహ్య శక్తి కానీ, whatever marginal energies, whatever is having, అన్నీ కూడా because of he is omnipotent. అంటే ఆయన శక్తివంతుడు, ఆయన మించేవాడు ఎవరూ లేరు. He can use as he likes. He can perform anything and everything through the agency of any of the above energies. ఆయన ప్రతి ఒక్క అంగం కూడా మనం ఏం చేస్తాము, మన కళ్ళతో చూస్తాం, చెవులతో వింటాం, ముక్కుతో వాసన చూస్తాం, నోటితో తింటాం, చేతులతో పని చేస్తాం, కాళ్ళతో ఆడతాం. అట్లా కాదు, భగవంతుడికి ఇట్ ఈస్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఫర్ హిమ్. ఇన్ హిస్ బాడీ హీ కెన్ డూ, విత్ హిస్ లెగ్స్ హీ కెన్ ఈట్, హీ డజంట్ ఈట్. ఆయనకు ఆహారం అక్కర్లేదు. చెప్తున్నాను ఫర్ ఉదాహరణకి, హీ కెన్, మనం నోట్తో చేస్తాడు, కాళ్ళతో చేస్తాడు, మన చేతులతో చేస్తాడు, ఆయన కళ్ళతోనే చేస్తాడు. ఆ విధంగా ఆయన చూస్తే చాలు, ఆయన చేతితో పట్టుకొని కొట్టాలని కూడా చూస్తే చాలు భస్మం అయిపోతారు. అదే చూస్తే శాంతంగా ఉండి పీస్ఫుల్గా చూస్తే శాంతంగా ఉంటే మాకు మీద ప్రేమ కూడా కురిపిస్తాడు. హీ కెన్ డూ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ విత్ ఎవ్రీ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ హిస్ బాడీ. అండ్ ఆయన ఏం చేయాలంటే కూడా చేయగలుగుతాడు. హీఈస్ హ్యావింగ్ ఆల్ దట్ పవర్. హీ కెన్ టర్న్ ది ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ఎనర్జీ ఇంటూ ఇంటర్నల్ బై హిస్ విల్. ఒకదాన్ని ఒకటి కన్వర్ట్ చేయొచ్చు. హీ కెన్ కన్వర్ట్ ఇంటర్నల్ ఎనర్జీ టు ఎక్స్టర్నల్, ఎక్స్టర్నల్ టు ఇంటర్నల్. Therefore, by his grace, the external energy which is employed in illusioning those living beings who want to have it subside by the will of the Lord in terms of repentance and penance for the conditional soul. ఆ యొక్క బాహ్య శక్తి వల్లనే, విత్ ది ఎక్స్టర్నల్ శక్తితోనే మనల్ని అందరినీ కూడా ఈ మాయలో పడేస్తాడు. ఈ మాయలో వీఆర్ ఇల్యూజన్, వీఆర్ అట్రాక్టెడ్ బై దిస్ illusory effects and we just attracted for these temporary things. And the very same energy when then acts to help the purified living being make progress in the path of self-realization. Same external energy, again when you are doing the service as a devotional service, then same external energy will help us also to attain his that level, self-realization level. Make the path of self-realization. The example of electrical energy is very appropriate in this connection. See, the expert electrician can utilize the electrical energy for both heating and cooling. That you all know. See, this electrical power we are using in many ways. Nowadays we are using it as a light. We have very bright light, we can see each other very clearly. If you use the same thing, you can use it for your air conditioner, you get cool air. You can use it for a fridge, you can preserve all your food in a cool this thing. If you ignite your stove, you can heat it. Here this mic, we are using it for sound purpose. Electrical energy can be converted to different forms. Like that, God can use His energy for any purpose. Similarly, the external energy which now bewilders the living being into continuation of birth and death is turned into internal potency by the will of the God to the living being to eternal life. Ye Bhagantudaite manaku aa bahya shaktitoni He is making us in this mayalo in this illusionary world. We are attracted by the illusionary things, attracted by those things. Ade same thing if you do all your services in the name of God. In the name of God, He will give you same energy, will give you a different power to realize yourself. For example, what you have breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, everything accordingly. But before having that one, you just place it before the God. It is offering. In the Jason offering, Danto Bhagavantudu, he does not even take a mustard grain of food also. Because it is not required of him. Why you are offering? Bhagavantudu manaki anni istunadu. He is giving everything free. He is giving us free oxygen. Free oxygen. Hare Krishna. You can have darshan and continue the class for some more time. So, when you are offering him, you are expressing gratitude. మీకు ఇప్పుడు గిఫ్ట్స్ ఇచ్చారనుకోండి, గిఫ్ట్స్ ఇస్తే మీరు ఏం చేస్తారు? థ్యాంక్ యూ అని చెప్తారు. అగైన్ ఇన్ రిటర్న్ యూ గివ్ ఎ రిటర్న్ గిఫ్ట్. Similarly, when God is giving you something food, you express gratitude, place it before Him like a return gift. Swami, ఇది ఈ ఆహారం, ఈ ప్రసాదం మాకు ఇచ్చాము ఈ దేహాన్ని పోషించడానికి, ఈ దేహాన్ని పోషించడానికి ఇచ్చిన ఆహారాన్ని స్వీకరించని చెప్పి ఆయన పాదాల దగ్గర పెట్టి యూ టేక్ ఇట్, యూ రిలీజ్ ఇట్ లైక్ ప్రసాదం, వెరీ నైస్, వెరీ టేస్టీ ఫుడ్. యూ డూ దట్ వన్. అండ్ వెన్ యూ వేర్ న్యూ క్లోత్స్, భగవంతుడు ముందు హీ వోంట్ టేక్ అవే దిస్ క్లోత్స్. వెన్ యూ టేక్ ది న్యూ క్లోత్స్, భగవంతుడు పెట్టి స్వామి నువ్వు ఇచ్చే ఈ దేహాన్ని రక్షించుకోవడం కోసం ఇక కొత్త వస్త్రాన్ని వాడుకుంటున్నాను. ఐఎమ్ యూజింగ్ దిస్ న్యూ క్లోత్ ఫర్ ప్రొటెక్టింగ్ ది బాడీ గివెన్ బై యూ అని అనుకుని వేసుకుంటే యూ విల్ ఎంజాయ్ ఇట్ లైక్ దట్. డివోషన్ టు గాడ్ మీన్స్ ఏదో ఆయన కూర్చొని ఈ విధంగా చేస్తూ ఉండాలని కాదు. చేసేవాళ్ళు చేస్తారు, చేయడానికి కొంతమంది కావాలి, అది చేస్తారు. మనం అట్లా చేయకూడదని కాదు, మనం వీళ్ళతో మనం చేయాలి. కాలేదు జస్ట్ స్వామి ఆయన పేరు కూడా చెప్పగలి, మీ పేర్లు తెలిసే తెలుసు, కృష్ణారామ ఆయన పెద్ద కథ పేర్లు కాదు. స్వామి కృష్ణ ఈ వస్త్రాన్ని ఈ దేహాన్ని కాపాడు అనుకోండి, ఆయన కోసం కాదు, మన దేహాన్ని కాపాడు ఆయన చూపెట్టి అనుకుంటున్నాం అంతే. దట్ వాట్ ఎవర్ యూ డూ జస్ట్ షో ఇట్ అండ్ టేక్ ఇట్, యాక్సెప్ట్ ఇట్ లైక్ దట్. అండ్ డోంట్ హార్మ్ ఎనీ లివింగ్ బీయింగ్స్, whether it is a human being or any other living being. Don't harm anyone, don't hurt anyone, try to help everybody, share whatever you are having. I am not saying if you are having a crore of bills, you the entire crore you need to share it. Whatever you need for yourself, your family, you keep it. Apart from that, try to help other living beings, not only human beings, all other living beings, all other living beings, whether it is insects or worms, birds, whatever it is. When you have your food, you share it. How to share it? A pidikedu, just a fistful of food. Before you have it, just go out of the house, place it on the compound wall or outside the door, so that some insect will come and eat or some dog will come and eat. Like that you are sharing. If some guest comes, first offer him the food and you take. Like that you need to take. ఆ విధంగా చేస్తూ ఉంటే వీళ్ళ భగవంతుడు మనకు ఆయన ఏమి ఇవ్వాలో ఆయనే ఇస్తాడు. వీ నీడ్ నాట్ ఆస్క్ ఎనీథింగ్. You need to ask anything. Similarly, the external energy is now bewildered, living into condition of the birth and death, is turned into internal potency by the will of God. అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే మనం ఇప్పుడు there are totally 84 lakhs living beings are there, right from ant to Chaturmukha Brahma. So we have taken many lakhs and lakhs of births earlier. We do not know how many lakhs we have taken as ఒక్కో దాంట్లో అన్నిట్లో కలిపి కాదు. ఆ 84 lakhs కూడా ఎన్నో లక్షల సార్లు చీమగా, దోమగా, పందిగా, కుక్కగా అన్ని కూడా జన్మించారు. ఎంతోమంది we have lot of many mothers and fathers in our earlier life. We don't remember them now. When we are in the womb of mother, we remember all those things. 5 నెలల ప్రెగ్నెన్సీ నుంచి మనకు అన్నీ తెలుస్తుంది, భగవంతుని కూడా చూస్తాం. బట్ we forget once we are delivered because we are attracted with this కలియుగ. సో అందుకనేసి ఆ జన్మ రాకూడదు. ఆ జన్మ రాకూడదు అంటే మన భగవంతుని మన కర్మ చేస్తూ ఎవరిని హింసించకుండా భగవంతుని స్మరిస్తూ మన కర్మను మనం పాటించాలి. అప్పుడు దాన్ని గెట్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ బర్త్ అండ్ డెత్ సైకిల్. మనకు మోక్షము అనేది వస్తుంది. ఆ మోక్షము అనేది కాకుండా మనం ఏదో మంచి పనులే, నేను మంచి పనులు చేస్తున్నా అదెందుకు అని చెప్పి మంచి పనులు చేస్తే మంచి పనులు చేస్తున్నా పుణ్యం వస్తుంది. కానీ ఆ పుణ్యం వస్తే అవుతుందంటే మనం ఏదో మన శాటిలైట్ రాకెట్లో అవన్నీ అక్కర్లేదు. వీ గో టు చాంద్రయాన్ ఫస్ట్, ఫ్రమ్ దేర్ వీ గో టు అదర్ హయ్యర్ ప్లానెట్. మళ్ళీ అది అయిపోగానే మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ కిందికి వస్తాం. యూ డోంట్ నీడ్ ఎనీ రాకెట్స్ ఆర్ సాటిలైట్స్. ప్రతి ఒక్క జీవి కూడా మంచియే కాబట్టి ప్రతి ఒక్క జీవి కూడా ముందు పోయేదే చంద్రగ్రహణం దగ్గరికి. అక్కడ వెళ్ళి బేస్డ్ ఆన్ ది కర్మ దే విల్ టేక్ అనదర్ బాడీ, దే గో టు డిఫరెంట్ లోకాస్. సో అందుకనేసి మనం ఆ సైకిల్ ఫ్రమ్ దిస్ బర్త్ సైకిల్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు ఎస్కేప్. బర్త్ సైకిల్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు ఎస్కేప్ మీన్స్ యూ డూ ఆల్ యువర్ సర్వీస్, ఆల్ యువర్ కర్మ, రిమెంబరింగ్ గాడ్. But suppose మన ఇంట్లోనే somebody, our parents, see, we have born to die. Nobody can escape. When we are born to die, when somebody has died in our family, we will be weeping. It's not necessary to weep for them because they must have gone to some uttama loka, they must be liberated. We do not know where they have gone. We need not weep them because we ourselves cannot. Can you control your own death in future? It is not under our control. When you cannot control, Hare Krishna. When you cannot control your own death, why do you worry about the others? This thing you need not. Okay, for those week or 10 days during the rituals performance, you have something. But repeatedly remembering that one is also not good. The person who has the knowledge about the soul and Atma and about the birth and death, you need not know the entire Vedas. Just few things if you know, you need not weep for the dead persons. Because we have dead many times and we have taken birth many times. So you need not weep for anybody. Because we ourselves cannot control our own death. And this death is not our hands. And this death is not in the hands. When a living being is thus graced by the Lord, he is placed in his proper conscious position to enjoy eternal life. For today, this verse is also completed. I shall stop over here. We shall chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra for 10 times and then disperse for today. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Everybody loudly please. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Swasti prabhya prayantyam न्यायेन मार्गेण महिमेषाः गोवशुभस्तु नित्यं समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रिया बुद्ध्यात्मते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् परस्मै नारायणाति सर्पयामि श्रीमय सर्वं सृष्टावस्तु मंगलम नित्य मंगलम. जय श्री राधा गोपनाथ की, जय श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा की, जय श्री नरसिंह भगवान की, जय श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की, जय श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की, जय श्री पंचतत्व की, जय श्री मध्वाचार्य ग्रंथ की, जय श्री हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की, जय श्री प्रभुपाद की. हरे कृष्णा. This Bhagavatam class will take place between 8:30 and 9:30 every day. I will be taking this class between Tuesday and Friday. And today evening and tomorrow evening, that is Tuesday and Wednesday, we have Mahabharatam. In today's Mahabharatam, that is in Hindi, Nala, Chakravarti Nala, like Pandavas went to Kurukshetra. Nala Damayanti also they went, Vanvasa. Like that, Nala Damayanti also in the forest life. Nala will leave away Damayanti and go away in the forest. That story will continue today. It is very interesting story. If you listen to this story in the your future life that is mentioned in Mahabharata, it's not me telling. If you listen to the story, you will not have any sufferings in your life, because the life of Nala Damayanti is very critical in forest, where Rama had about along with him many sages were there in the forest, and monkeys were there in the later part. Dharmaraja had about 80,000 people along with him during the forest life, whereas in Nala and Damayanti, only 2 people, that too in between, just immediately after 1 or 2 months, leave Damayanti and go away. Both of them, they become separated. That, knowing the story of their forest life, we will not, whatever sufferings we have in this life, that is not at all suffering. So you will overcome all those things in this one that is mentioned in Mahabharata. Again on Thursday we have Ramayana. In Ramayana again Rama having given his pachar to Bharata. Bharata will go and do the Pattabhisheka, Padaka Pattabhisheka in Ayodhya. He will be ruling. Whereas Rama will be moving away from Chitrakuta to Dandakaranya. Those events will be there. So please try to participate in evening classes also. Hare Krishna. This is